kind of take you through, everybody got their phone out, right? Because you're going to have to use it in a few minutes. But I'll take you through, really, it didn't work. But I want to take you through more or less the process of how I got started with video, why I started with video, and okay. So it was roughly around 2003, and I knew I had to grow the business because I worked at Clear Channel. I was a station manager. Clear Channel decided they didn't want me anymore. They fired me after I got back from vacation, which was the best thing that happened in my life. And really the reason that they did that, it was corporate. It was corporate America. But, you know, that I built the sales team. I had the sales team. They were selling. They were making money. And they're like, let's get rid of this guy. We're paying him too much money. Let's bring somebody else in. Which, again, was the best thing. But I was thrown into something that I was not prepared for. Nobody knew who I was. But I always had a dream. I wanted to start an ad agency. So I said, all right, what do I do? Well, I started like every other ad agency, and what they do is I put together a call room. I put 4 guys in there. I had $65,000 in the bank that I saved up, and it's like, let's follow the same process. Let's do direct mail. Let's call people. Let's get them on the phone. Let's try to sell them. Because that's what I learned years ago when I worked for the Tombras Group, when I worked on Sea Ray Boats and Jasper Engine Transmission, AC Delco. That's the way agencies have done it. The problem was, they've been doing it for 40 years. So I get thrown into that, and I'm thinking, this isn't working. And I'm seeing my bank account go, shh. Because of course, I had to go out, I had to get the website, I had to get the business cards, I had to decide which fax machine. That's scary. But I had to decide all these things, and I'm spending all of this money to try to really get things going. So I said, well, I got to do what I know to do. Get on the road. So I got on the road, got in the car, and I had 17 appointments scheduled, and I went in and I met with prospective clients. 17 appointments. It was a crazy road trip. Because again, the money was going down. I couldn't afford a hotel because the money had really gone down by paying salaries and everything. I'm sleeping in the car. I'm going into the gas station, washing my face off to go in and do a presentation. But here was the problem. The things that I was talking about was digital marketing, and it was in 2003. Any idea what type of budget was for digital marketing in 2003?
0.
It was about 3%, is what it really was. And they didn't even know that they were spending money in digital. So 17 appointments, did my presentations. Everybody said, wow, this is really cool. Guess how many clients I got? How many? 0. None. So I get back to the office, I'm stressed, I'm thinking, what's going on? For me, he doesn't switch money over to the account. I start bouncing these checks, I got all these fees, I got this sick feeling in the pit of my stomach. I'm thinking, I'm going out of business, I'm going to go get a job. But then I realized what it was, what the problem was, why I got 0 clients. And the reason it was, I'm talking about digital marketing, and no one understood why they needed it. No one understood how it was going to benefit them. Does that make sense? It's digital. And so many times we do that with our business, that we go in and we tell everybody what we want them to know about our business, but we don't ask the questions. We don't understand exactly how the business will benefit them. Because people, and you can write this down, people only spend money for one reason only. Any idea what that is?
To make ourselves.
To fix a problem. We go out and buy jeans because we want to look sexier. So think about all the things, your justification of why it is. So I get back, and what I start doing is I start writing 2 blogs a day. I find all these different places like, oh yeah, Paul, we'll take your content, and I'm writing 2 blogs a day. That's like mind-blowing. Because while I like to write, it takes me a while to write to make sure it's really what I want it to be. So needless to say, I could not sustain that. I did it for about 8 months, and I got 0 clients off of it. No one was reading it. No one was seeing it. Even though I was on a lot of different forums that were specific to the industries that I was targeting, no one was really seeing it and reading it. And here's one back from 2010. And it was great. I was getting into magazines and all that, industry magazines. I'm really excited. I'm like, oh, here's a magazine. So I'm trying to figure out, what do I need to do? How can I get the message out? How can I help people? How can I educate people? And I realized something really important finally. And I spent the last bit of money that I had on the video camera. And I had the one guy that was working with me, kind of it was a charity case, he really wasn't getting paid. And we started shooting videos, and that's when our video series called Think Tank Tuesday started. And I had around 250 emails that I started sending this video to. Out of those 250 emails, 247 of them, I scraped off their website. So I was spamming people. But it's okay, it wasn't any different than the fax blast that I was doing. I was sending fax blast every single day. So I started doing the video, and I'm thinking, is this going to work? Is this going to really help me? And then I remember that the phone rang, and I'm going the wrong way here. This is hard to go through. But anyway, the phone rang, and it was Lexus. And I'm like, what? For real? And they're, hey, Paul, would you be interested in coming and training our service managers? And I'm like, yeah, about what? Well, that video that you created. Because I talked about service business and the service experience and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that. And so I'm thinking, the video's starting to work. And then it was a tweet, and this one guy was tweeting back and forth with me, and he said, Paul, would you like to come to the National Auto Dealers Association and be a keynote speaker? And I'm like, yeah, right. Sure. Because I told a number of my friends, boy, I'd really like to be able to start speaking in the industry. And they're like, well, the way you're going to speak is you're going to have to pay to play. You're going to have to spend a massive amount of money on a booth, and then you'll be able to be on the stage. I had no money. I couldn't do that. So I'm going back and forth on the text message, and the guy says, all right, well, we want you to come to Virginia. We'll get your airfare and everything else. You can fly in. We want you to sit down in the panel, and we want to talk about what you've been talking about with social media and stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, great. I thought it was a hoax. And so I followed through with it, and then I get an email. And sure enough, it had my itinerary, it had my tickets, it had everything. I'm going to Virginia. So I go there, and I go into this room, and there's 8 grouchy old men sitting there at this table, and they're like, so tell me what you guys say. Tell me about this stuff, this social media. And I was like, oh boy, I am in trouble. Because these guys, none of them, how many people are on Facebook in here? How many are not on Facebook in here? So we see like 2 people that raised their hand. That's kind of the way it was there that I said how many of you were on Facebook, and it was like 2 of them. So I'm talking about social, but some way they got so excited about it, they said, well, we really do want you to keynote, we want you to come in, we want you to call it the digital think tank. So that's where the video started to grow, and it started to get me into the different events. And so if I fast forward, I've been to Australia, I've been to Denmark, I've been to Greece, I've been to Paris, I've been to Toronto, I've been to Hazard, Kentucky, I've been to Memphis, Tennessee. So I've been all over speaking, and it was because of the video. And I wish I could get this thing to work right. Okay. So real quick about who I am though. Kind of told you. But what we do is we help business owners become well-known and engaged so they can build trust, loyalty, and sales through video, digital, and creating marketing funnels. That probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you, but what's happening today is the Googles of the world and the Facebooks of the world are becoming what newspaper was. That they come into your office and they're like, hey, we're raising our rates by 25%. And you're like, whoa, really? My business hasn't grown by 25%. Suck it up, Fluffy. So you're going to pay to play. And that's what's happening with Google. And while our company spends an average of $2 million a month in Google, we've started transitioning our clients over to more Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, OpenX, Buy, Sell. I mean, so all of these different platforms that are out there. Because a lot of us only know an ad exchange of a Google, a Facebook, a Bing, or a Yahoo. But there's about 75 other places that are ad exchanges where you could be advertising that the value for what you're getting is better than Google. Because Google's just a reseller of all the different ad spaces, really what they are, and there's a lot of other companies. So think about how you can target differently because these other platforms are more specific than what Google is. And Google's really the middleman. So let's talk about archetypes. So here it is, I'm doing the videos, I'm getting some success off of it, but I realized I have no idea what my archetype is. Anybody know what archetype is? It's a fancy word for Who am I as a person? What is my brand? How do I want to present myself? Because so many times when somebody gets on and they start doing a video, they're trying to copy somebody. That they've seen someone that has a lot of followers, like a Gary Vee or a Casey Neistat, maybe some of you guys know who that is, and they're trying to emulate them, but you have to understand who are you as an individual, but more importantly, who are your clients? And when I say who are your clients, I don't want you to say, oh, my clients are between the ages of this is how much they make. No, you need to know what keeps them awake at night. What stresses them? What are their hobbies? What are their interests? You have to know them like you know your spouse or your best friend. Because now you can not be fake, but you can decide who you are, and you can really present that image, portray that image, and others that have those interests will start to follow you. And video does that like no other medium. So an archetype, I'll kind of show you really quick. What am I thinking? Okay, there we go. By the way, I'm writing for Forbes now. Pretty excited about that. That happened with the video. So archetype. So an archetype is the innocent, the regular guy, the hero, the caregiver, the explorer, the rebel, the lover, the creator, the jester, the sage, the magician, the ruler. Am I making sense? So do you remember the commercials where you had the Mac guy and then you had the PC guy? So there was two different archetypes. So you have to say, what is my archetype and how am I going to present it? Because when I started doing videos, I tried to be someone I wasn't. I've always worn suits. I found out it was a really easy way to pick up girls in high school because I thought I was successful. But my coworkers started saying, oh, you should wear jeans and a button down that's untucked and look kind of like you're scraggly and long hair, because that's the way a creative ad guy would look. And that was some of my first videos. I was a fat little pumpkin with a shirt that was too big, with jeans, doing these goofy videos. Nobody's seen those videos. So that's where I started to really form my archetype is what it is. And it wasn't intentional, it was really by accident. That I decided I wasn't going to be like everybody else. I wasn't going to dress the same way. I wasn't going to say the same things. And started to form. So if you guys want an archetype, just let me know and I'll send the presentation to you. But this really breaks it down, like the magician. Magicians, they're logical, they're analytical, they're insightful, optimistic, innocent, pure. So it kind of really breaks it down. And why you want to know that is because it will help you to form your content. Because so many times when you see individuals doing video, there's no rhyme or reason. They're all over the board. And you're like, what does this person stand for? Therefore, you're not interested in them because you have no idea what they stand for. And I work really hard on my videos. If you watch my videos, I'm trying to, every time you watch a video, it's like a chapter of a book. And we create these really long content calendars and really set it up. What's the video going to be? What are we going to talk about? But here's the key point to a video, and I'm going to mention it again in here. Does your video entertain? Does it educate? And does it engage? Because if it's all about you and your business and how you've won these awards and all me, people are not going to watch the video. And if the video is very, hey, I'm Paul, I'm in my car right now. So many of these car videos now. That people driving around doing these videos. And if you're doing videos like that, you are not going to build a following. All right, so I want, let's say the last two rows, I want you guys to turn around and not, oh, I wonder if audio works in this thing. We'll find out. I need a keyboard. Will, do you know how to make this play?
I don't, sorry. I can go find Mark.
Oh, here it goes.
Bingo.
Okay, the last two rows, turn around. Don't watch this, okay? I know it's hard, guys. I'm sorry. But don't cheat. All right, the rest of you guys just watch this. Don't turn around because I made that noise. No!
Maybe a touchscreen.
Oh, yeah, it is. you guys can turn around. Now I gotta figure out how to turn the volume off. Does the keyboard have volume? Nothing? Oh, you guys just got screwed in the back, sorry. So, Kevin, tell me about that video. What did it mean to you?
It reminded me of parents trying to corral their kids.
Jordan, what did that video mean to you?
I saw like a fight over love.
We saw a fight over love. That's pretty cool. All right, you guys are probably saying, what the hell happened to that video? I just played good at it. So,
Go back one more.
all right, we'll be up time. So really, with you guys want me to play the video? I feel like I cheated you. Yes. Will? I'm only gonna play part of it for you guys.
Oh wow, that's a great description.
So what did you guys see in the back row? Same thing, right? Because the music was supposed to go off. But here's the interesting part. This was a study done in 1944, and if I turned the music off, you would have seen something completely different. So with watching this video, what is the takeaway? I really love analogies, by the way. So what's the takeaway that I'm trying to let you kind of feel in your mind? What's the takeaway?
You need all of your senses to get the full experience.
I haven't thought of that one. That's a really good one. What else?
That audio is very important for that.
Exactly.
Also, the matching audio with your video is extremely important, because you could have put something complete, you could have put like heavy metal with that. It would have made it complete.
Because I mean, and then I could have had no music, had a different vision of what it was. The takeaway that I'm really trying to tell you by your story, if you don't decide, then people are going to watch your videos and watch you, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. So this could have went so many different directions. But I said, Kurt, add some love music to it. Now it became really a love theme. So the interesting part is our mind is a wonderful thing. That our mind will start to form an impression about an individual. And case in point, where we've been doing Think Tank Day for a number of years, when it started in 2003, and the email database grew and grew and grew and grew, and people were opening it, people were watching it, and they were watching my videos about 95% up through the entirety. And then about 3 years ago, I seen that people weren't watching the videos. People weren't opening the emails anymore. So we went back to the drawing board and we recrafted the video, we changed the video, we changed how I delivered it. We started putting jump cuts in there. And if you watch the videos from now to, let's say, a year ago, you will see a drastic difference. And then we're watching the analytics of these videos. Sounds crazy. We're watching all the analytics of the videos, and we're seeing the engagement factor climb. But here's what we've seen that was really interesting and very wow. Average before, the video was only shared about 10% of the time. Now our videos are shared 46% of the time. That's important. Especially when you start to take videos, because I'm talking about video through email, but when you take video over to social media, that's very important that you're getting the shares. But so many times what we are as entrepreneurs, as we think about the views because it's an ego builder. And it's not about the views. I could have a video that has 100 views, has the shares and if it has a watch through time, because the average video watch time on Facebook, any idea what it is?
10 seconds.
6 seconds. Yeah. So you do a video that's 3 minutes long and you're thinking, I'm watching 6 seconds of it, why am I doing this? Well, it's the same thing, you kind of think about it. You run a TV commercial, but how many people are watching your TV commercial? The difference is TV commercial, they're skipping through it. The difference of Facebook video or LinkedIn video, they're hitting the play button. They're choosing to do that versus skipping through it. Okay, so let's go back this way. All right, this is the most, this was so, no, this really wasn't difficult for me, but when I do my training, my branding workshops, this is so hard for everybody to tell a story without selling. We always want to sell, 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 and you don't have to sell. What you have to do is you have to entertain. You have to educate. And I don't mean entertain by dressing up like a clown. There's a lot of different ways to entertain, but you have to educate them. You have to engage them. And then they're going to go, who is that person? That person's really cool. I like that person. I'm going to follow that person. And the best way to do that, what I realized, and I actually got fired over this, I lost a number of clients over the years for this very reason, was by telling everything that I know. If you watch my videos, you don't need to hire anybody to do your marketing. I have over 6,000 videos that I've created over the last number of years where I'm telling people how to do email blasts, how to do retargeting, how to do Facebook campaigns. I mean, just everything. I tell everything I know because we are a DIY society. The problem is, a lot of us are lazy. So we want to know how to do it, or I call it a WebMD myself. How many of you guys go to WebMD because you go to the doctor when you have something going on? Yeah, you want to know what it is. Or you're going to take your car into service and you watch videos because you want to know what it is, because we want to sound educated, and we also want to get taken advantage of. But what I've realized in the videos, and I'll show you some of the screen grabs, is you have to tell a story, and I don't mean in every one of your videos because procrastination will go, but you'll see that I do these quick hit videos like Think Tank Tuesday, which can be anywhere from 4 minutes to 24 minutes or 30 minutes. And then I have shorter videos. And then I have the other ones that I do that are like telling a story. Anybody see my video about skeet shooting? So a couple of you have. So we formed that storyline, and it had context, conflict, closure, and conclusion. And then you think about it, when we watch a show, it has context, conflict, closure, and conclusion. It tells a story. And you have to do that in your marketing videos. I know it sounds crazy. If you don't, people won't watch it. Because it's just like when you're sitting there watching TV and it's right to that point and it's like, commercial break. You have to do that in your videos. Right. All right, who's this guy? Nobody knows. It's pretty interesting. So anyway, I started this program called Chief Engagement Officer. Not Chief Executive Officer, but Chief Engagement Officer. And that works for everybody, whether you're a salesperson or a business owner, that you have to start engaging the audience. Otherwise, you just spend money, spend money, spend money. This individual follows that model. Oh, let me show you who he is, though. Maybe you'll see. He's a CEO, is what he is. He is a pretty big CEO, pretty big deal. John Legere, anybody hear of this guy? He's crushed Verizon. Verizon stocks did this. He just bought Sprint. Did a merger with Sprint. Anybody know who he is now? T-Mobile. Oh, here he is now. He got rid of the suit. He grew his hair out. He decided to color magenta. Verizon has problems, true, because I definitely have their stock. He's become CEO of the year, but he does a show, it's Slow Cooker Sunday. It's hashtag Slow Cooker Sunday. It's on Facebook. You come into his kitchen, he's doing a slow cooker recipe. He's a marathoner, so he's like, hey, I'm going to Central Park, I'm going to go to run. If you catch me over there, I'm going to give you a T-Mobile phone. So he's built a really good following. He doesn't have a ton of people on Facebook. He's got about the same number as I do, so not a ton, about 30,000. But they're highly engaged. And it's pretty interesting when I go to conferences and I ask people, how many people are on T-Mobile? And they raise their hand. I'm like, why are you on T-Mobile? Oh, because he's on my Twitter feed and I like him. I'm like, really, do you know him? No, I don't say that, but you think about it. Do you know him? No. So who's the CEO of Verizon? Nobody knows. So you have to think about, as a CEO, as a business owner, as a salesperson, how can you create a loyal following? How can you get people to rally behind you? And it's to get rid of the curtain. Don't be behind the curtain. Be authentic. Be personable. Be present. And just be out there. And we have a number of clients, that's what we've done, is we've taken them, they're like, oh, I just want to run the ads, I don't want to do this, can I get a spokesperson? No, you can't have a spokesperson. Because they can go to the next client and negotiate a deal, and then you've lost all that branding. All right, so let's get into some things you can write down. So how does Facebook rank video? Really simple. You might want to take a picture of this. Shares is the #1 thing that Facebook looks. And what I'm talking about, how they rank it, you see the video here? How many views do I have on this video? 67,000 views, 261 shares. So here it is, it's early in the morning, I grab my camera, I go out to the barn, I'm shoveling horse poo-poo, I'm feeding the horses, and I'm like, I'll do a video. So a real quick video, nothing to it, really simple, but it's talking about leading a team. Simple as that. Apparently, I struck a chord because it got 261 shares. And I talk about managers because the one thing that I've realized in corporate America, that the vast majority of managers suck. That they just showed up day after day after day after day, and I'm like, you want to be a manager? You've been here on time for the last 7 years. You want to be a manager? Yeah, I think I'd like to actually boss people around. And that's general, and I've experienced that. In all my years, I've only had one good manager. I hated him. But he was inspirational, he helped me. He wasn't my buddy, we weren't pally. He set my agenda, he told me what I was going to do, and he told me what my KPIs, my KRAs, and what I was going to deliver to have success. I knew at the end of the day if I was successful or not. And that's really the video that I talked about here. That's what I talked about. So shares, #1. Reactions. So the different reactions. Whoa. Okay. So the reactions, 350 reactions to it. That's what they're looking for. And when you start doing videos like this, you do not have to pay to get them out there. People with
hands.
If I get up, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. That video, you remember how long that video was? No? I'd say it was probably about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 8 minutes, somewhere in there. Kevin, how long do you think it was? Yeah. Good. All right. So, all right, here's the next one. Here's another one. Boy, you see me beating up on managers. But there's a reason. Anyway, because managers can do so much for the team. So, general manager video, how many views? 81,000. And this was, I'm sitting in the office and Dan said, we need to do a video. And I'm like, I didn't want to do this one right now. And he's like, how long have you planned it? And I said, right now. So do you have an idea? No, let's just roll the camera. So that's what we did. Shot it on an iPhone, done, 81,000 views, 48 shares. Not as many shares, 128 reactions. So really simple. This video was probably, how long was this video?
I sent this one to my managers, but I don't remember how long, maybe 5 minutes or so, 6 minutes, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 5 or 6 minutes long. So the takeaway is use titles and headlines. General managers, you need to watch this. So all it is really simple. You can do this on your iPhone, your Droid. Added this in so people know, because you'll see a lot of the videos that are out there, Facebook, LinkedIn, you have no idea, there's no title. Make it simple. So the other one was shares, this one's use titles and headlines. So on this one, 75 shares, 110,000 views. This video, Mike, how long was this video?
7 or 8 minutes, I think.
Was it?
I don't remember.
Me either. I was thinking maybe it was like 12 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably right.
So 12-minute video. So the takeaway on this one is the thumbnails. So by putting something in there, you see that the picture's not really all staged. it just kind of stands out. It attracts people is what it is. And the watch of this video, which is mind-blowing to me, 98%. 12 minutes, I think it was about 12 minutes, and they watched 98% of the video. And they shared it. It's a win. So thumbnails matter. Right copy. Here's the next one, and this is the thing that so many people miss on it. This one's had 41,000 views. And what I mean by right copy, you need testimonial content. See more. And the content just goes and goes and goes. Because we have this traditional marketing mindset that our goal is to get someone over to our website, right? It's not. I'm on Facebook, I'm scrolling through Facebook, I'm completely happy and content being on Facebook. I don't want to be on your stinking website that's probably not even really very mobile friendly. Don't want to go to your website. Why do we feel like we need to get them to the website? Why do we feel we need to make somebody call us? Why do we feel we need to make somebody email us? Why do we feel like we need to make someone communicate with us the way we want to communicate versus the way they want to communicate? Oh, because it's too hard. My salespeople, they're not really good with Facebook. They're not really good with LinkedIn. They're not really good on the phone. So let's make them fill in a lead form so we can get their email address. I don't know about you, but I'd much rather get them on the phone. I'd much rather, if you scroll this down, there's the Facebook Messenger link in there. So anybody ever have conversations through Facebook Messenger? It's in there. So however you want to talk to me, I'm talking. Simple as that. And that's the way we train our team, and that's the way we train our clients. I don't care about all your excuses of why your salespeople can't do it. They have to. You're going to work for me? You're going to do it this way. Because we're here to serve the client. We're not here to serve ourselves. So write copy, give them all of the information about whatever you're trying to educate them on, your product, your service. And I've been talking about creating videos, just about telling stories. There is no reason that you can't throw a video in there talking about your product or your service. I do it all the time, or what I do. But you have to craft it in a way that's talking about how it's going to benefit them. Does that make sense, guys? So, I mean, these are all warm and fuzzy and fun videos and all that stuff. But the biggest thing is people are watching, they're engaging, and really the cool part is, keep this in mind. I want you to keep this in mind. If you're doing it on Facebook, do it through your business page. Don't do it through your personal page. And the reason you do it through your business page, A, you have analytics, and B, you're able to give them retargeting code, so now they can serve ads. Anybody see my ads when you're online yet? A few of you guys? So yeah. So good. And that's because you've watched one of my videos. Anytime someone watches my video, and they can watch 1 second of the video, I can put them into a database, and then anytime I want to market to them, like we have a branding workshop coming up in June and one in July, you guys will start seeing the ads just because you engaged with one of our videos. So, and I'll show you some previews. All right. So, anybody want a training series? We create video training series. If so, send a text message to this number. And what the training series is a series of videos that we teach you how to really start to build a brand even though no one knows you. And when I started out, I didn't have many followers at all. And I'm going to show you what my email database has done. It's been a little crazy. So everybody got that? Because I want you to be part of the training series.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is Facebook the only recommended platform that you suggest for video and mobile?
Good question. And I'm going to get to that. So yes, and it's not. No, just not. All right, make it easy for engagement. I'm going to give you a clip. We already laid the water bottles out. So what I mean by make it easy for engagement, this is one of the biggest top 3 things you need to be doing with your videos. LinkedIn, YouTube, it does not make a difference. Any idea?
Ask a question.
That's a good one. What else?
Call to action. Information, so we can contact you from there and not have to go searching.
That's a good one.
Call to action, Paul?
Action for them, but not call to action for you. In other words, this video is my skeet shooting video. Anybody watch this video? So a few of you? Well, you've seen this video.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, good. So I talk about motivation. So I ask questions on Facebook and LinkedIn, and people are talking about how they just are not that motivated anymore. So I broke it down. I told them how to be motivated. But the thing I'm talking about, whoa, I shouldn't have touched that. The subtitle. You can send this off. It's really inexpensive. But what we've seen is the vast majority of people that are not turning video on. Because I put music in there to set the tone, set the video. So, you know, I start out with like sad music, build up the excitement and all that. But on Facebook, the vast majority of people are reading. They're not listening. How many people keep the audio off and do that? So a majority of us do. So spend the extra few dollars and do that. So there you go. This one, 107,000 views, 351 shares. I guess they like shotguns. So anyway, so here it is. How long should a video be? Any ideas?
60 seconds. 2 minutes.
As long as you can keep the person engaged.
And then some.
Which is not long.
It depends. Because our videos are definitely, the videos that we're putting out, they are engaged. They are watching them. And they're watching them more based on the way that we're doing it.
Well, I was interested in the car video, because you said it was like 12 minutes long, which is a very long, like what, 93% of
Yes.
people watch the whole video, which is incredible. So it's hard to say, if you're doing that, it's hard to say what the left would really do.
So let me tell you what happened to us as a society. We got brainwashed. And I did a video on this too, about how long your video should be. That we're all programmed to think 30 seconds. TV commercials. We don't want those TV commercials. We're sitting there and we're waiting to skip, fast forward, you know, whatever. We watch YouTube and we're sitting there waiting to skip. Who watches YouTube videos and you're waiting for that thing to pop up or you skip? Bam! I was fast on that one. So that's where the mindset of that is. So here's the question, Steve. When you talk to somebody, a friend, an acquaintance, or somebody you kind of know, how long's your conversation with them?
As long as it has to be.
That's how long your video should be. Depending on the platform, if it's Instagram stories, then you are limited to the length of time that your story can be. But yeah, as long as on Facebook, the longest video that we have done, take a guess.
30 minutes.
4 hours.
Oh, wow.
That's like a Kevin Costner movie.
But watch it a little bit, and then they'd go back to work, they would jump out, come back. So it was like the cycle. We're watching. It was pretty interesting because they were just going about their life. We're doing, staying in the urinal, watching. So, I mean, my point is, video, if you do the video too short and some mind mode that they're researching, because that's what we do, is we go to YouTube to research. For some reason, marketers, YouTube, or throw it on Facebook and expect to get a result. Just think about your own behavior. When you're interested in purchasing something, or you're interested in picking up a hobby or an interest, I'm interested in getting a tractor. What do you know about Kubota tractors? I've been watching videos about tractors because he's interested in purchasing a tractor. And he talked about he found this good old boy farmer redneck that did really good videos. He got on his tractor, drove around, and all that stuff. I mean, I watch crazy videos like people on their four-wheelers driving around a dirt track and stuff. So, video, don't worry about the length. Just start creating videos, but you have to keep in mind. LinkedIn, I've seen that the content for the platform. The one of get comfortable being on there. So think about LinkedIn's platform. Facebook doesn't work so well for. Okay. All right. The platform is best to post your videos.
Depends on what industry you're in. Depends on what you have to say.
That I focus on our YouTube is because I'm seeing more older population coming over to Instagram and engagement on Instagram stories. But then there's also Facebook stories, engagement on Facebook stories, even though I did a poll on Facebook story, people weren't no, but it's so Facebook stories. And then there's Facebook stories, a little circle at the top, and then there's live where it comes into your timeline. Then there's YouTube. I get the least on YouTube, but I put them out there anyway. Might as well be there. My videos on YouTube, my videos on Facebook, generally get in the high hundreds to the several 100,000 views. but the shares I get the most shares on Facebook, but I get the highest engagement, meaning people asking me questions, from LinkedIn. I get the highest amount of leads from LinkedIn versus any other platform.
So do you house your videos though, or do you upload them directly to?
Upload them directly.
There you go.
Yes, upload them directly. And we'll also use programs too, where we'll do a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live, but we're really not. It's just, it was recorded as questions, and then somebody sitting there managing.
Wirecast.
Wirecast. Yes. Okay. So this is our database. I'm going to put all these videos out here. I'm going to grow my business. Have a strategy. What are you doing with the videos? And we put the videos, and when you see one video, if you've watched a certain length of the video, then we automatically another video. All of these things are happening behind the scenes. But what we're doing is we're moving you down the funnel, start giving you the content, the information that you're ready, or you're really interested in. Then he's got all these interests that I have. No, I have a lot of interest. We can talk about that later. But the thing is I'm creating a ton of content that speaks to individuals and where they're at in their life and their needs and their income and their wants and all that. So I'm 1,189 people right now. People on the website and giving me their email address or their mobile number. I should have pulled up that one.
Voluntarily?
Yes, they go in, well, let me explain this. Resource, Think Tank Tuesday. This person signed up, they want the engagements that they're giving in my videos and engagement through emails and my text messages. Secrets, this person came in from Honda, Canada. So, all right, interesting title. So these are individuals that's come in just by direct Think Tank. So I'm scoring all of these. And again, the vast majority of them have filled in a form. The other ones have been, conferences that they've said, yeah, put me in your mailing list. That's really what I mean. The 301,000, no spam. Said, I want more of your content.
Is that on Facebook? Is that like a plugin or?
This runs on my website. This is called marketing automation, is what it is. There's companies like HubSpot, Marketo, Eloqua, Pardot. There's a number of them out there of marketing automation tools. And the reason that we do this for ourselves and for our clients is because it's mind-blowing to me that we will constantly say, I need more sales. So what do? We spend more money in advertising. It's like we're trying to club the baby seal. And you already have this database of individuals that have started engaging with you, and they've purchased from you or they had interest, and we completely forgot about them. And went, we're not really interested, you're not really ready to purchase. So what I do is I nurture these individuals. And I've had many of clients that I've nurtured from 2003 that finally came on and did business with us 7 or 8 years later. Not in a hurry to add a client. I want to make sure that the relationship's going to be right. I want to make sure that we have the same thoughts. I don't want to just add a bunch of clients, even though there's a lot of companies that want to do that, but then they have a huge amount of attrition. You lose clients, you lose employees. So my focus is to have the best team that you can ever have, pay them well, and not create a lot of stress with some client that's just a needy client. So you nurture, and then you can see what is their interest. This, again, is email addresses and mobile numbers where we built the database. This isn't even talking about the amount of people that we have on our retargeting list. Our retargeting list is over 3 million, meaning that we've had people engage our videos, and we can tell by their interest whether or not we want to continue to talk to them. And we can hold them in that list and continue to serve messages to them for up to 540 days. If they engage my content one time and one time only, I can continue to serve a message in front of them on LinkedIn, Facebook, Home and Garden, Sports Illustrated, the list goes on, hundreds of thousands of sites with my message.
Is that also through like a hub?
That's remarketing, is what it is. Remarketing, retargeting, same thing. So you do that through Google, Yahoo, Bing, AdRoll, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, those are all platforms that we use based on whatever we're trying to sell, the product that we're promoting. So, any questions on this? So let me kind of show you how it works a little further.
What platform is that, by the way, the one you have up there?
This one is Entreport. So Joe Jackson, this guy's been hanging out, watching us for a long time, 4 years. He's with the New York Daily News, and I can see that, like, we send him an email, that he opens it, he opens it, he opens it, he opens it. Apparently he received the email, and then I can click on it, and it will tell me, but should you go 100% digital, what he's doing is he forwards our emails to other individuals, and then we know who he's forwarding to. Visits our website, opens the email, opens an email, opens an email, we send an email, opens an email, opens it, visits our website. So this is a progress all the way through. We can see what time of the day they're doing this, we can see what device they're on, we can see their interest, we can see the memberships that we put them into, this is the memberships, he's in 560 different memberships. So what a membership is it's a series of content that I've created. It could be something like, so how to grow your Instagram audience is, he's probably in that one. But he's in 500, understand the amount of content that we're creating behind that. Because instead of money, we really don't spend much money at all. And Facebook and LinkedIn and content. You create content that engages by creating the content. Any idea what happens when you're talking about? No ideas? You can repurpose it, but 30 seconds at the TV. Know that person, that actor, that actress. So we do, right? What happened with me creating all of this video content is I'm getting great shows, which is the weirdest thing. Mike can tell you, Mike, JD Power, whatever, and I'm going, Paul, can I get your autograph? And I'm like, what? For real? No, I don't say that. I go, yeah, sure. So I've created an authority figure by sharing all of this information and not trying to sell individuals. Burned into our psyche as individuals that we on the screen, and we automatically start to form an opinion that they're an authority, they're smart, they're whatever. And we decide either we like them or we. And I realized that I have a third of the people that, and I love them. I have a third of the take me or leave me, and I have a third of the hate me. Why hate me? I don't know, but they sure my videos and talk about my suits and talk about how I'm flashy and all that stuff. That's what I keep saying.
They're still talking about you.
Exactly, they're still talking about me, and it's amazing comments, and but some of the comments are so vulgar, it's ridiculous, and I just like punch them in the forehead. But anyway, those haters, you have to have thick skin, because when you start creating videos, you know your videos are really starting to resonate when you start getting those haters. Some of them we just read, they talk about my suits, I don't understand it, whatever, but you need that audience. So by doing video, you create yourself as an authority, and I know I have that in there. But anyway, what's the best gear to use? I'm going to make this really easy because I'm almost out of time. Whatever you have, use your iPhone. It's as simple as that. You don't have to overthink the gear. Overthinking the gear is a procrastination tactic. Don't do it. So, questions that I get asked. TV commercials are not what people want. Simple as that. So if you're repurposing your TV commercial, use music to set the mood. That's the biggest thing. And then how to keep the video fresh. Just because you put the video out there, we will repurpose our videos, that we will bring it back out again, because not everybody sees our videos. So you will see our videos repeat and repeat. So I try to create what's called evergreen content. What is the cost to do it? Well, it depends. If it's a branding video, then you want to do a series of videos, it can be upwards of $30,000, just depending. But you have to mix that with your homegrown videos, your own done videos too, which really the cost is next to nothing, because you can do all the editing on your iPhone or Droid. How to overcome the feeling of self-conscious? Just pretend you're an actor or an actress, and you will get more and more comfortable. Practice makes perfect. Does every video need a video strategy? No. But don't do anything stupid. So, what are some video ideas? You guys want video ideas? You have ideas already? Okay, good, if you got ideas. But we're going to have a branding workshop. You guys can be part of that. Is it better to have a spokesperson? Absolutely not. Should I charge for any of my videos? After you build a following, yes. I have a number of videos that I charge for somebody to watch. Why? I'm giving away information that's helpful, that will help somebody. You're gonna pay to watch the videos. Simple as that. I mean, it's training videos. Do I need to put videos on YouTube, LinkedIn, website, Facebook? Yes, you do. What do I do if I don't want to share my personal life? Get over yourself. Do I post? I mean, I'm not saying you go, hey, I'm going on vacation if you want to rob my house. I'm not saying you do that. I'm not saying, I have to fight with my wife. And you definitely don't want to be like the woman this morning I heard on the radio station was talking about she had a cockroach in her ear that her and her husband went to bed and her roach climbed in her ear. Do I post my personal Facebook page or my business page? Yes. Post it on your business page. Share it to your personal page, because then you can build a retargeting on that. All right. What can you expect? It makes it hard for your competitors to compete. I will tell you that. We've had pitches that we've gone in on. They're like, who else is coming? Oh, Protract is coming. Man. Because I have so many videos, so when we're going in to do a pitch, you better believe I'm hitting them with videos. Here's an idea, here's an idea, here's an idea, here's an idea. And I'm giving them all this free information. So they say, wow, Paul's giving all this free information. Of course. You can demand higher prices and rates. You can get paid speaking opportunities. You'll be able to spend less on advertising. I know this for a fact because I have a number of clients that's following this strategy and their advertising budgets have gone down, but their leads have gone up. Requests for interviews, podcasts, book reviews, it happens. You will achieve a celebrity status in your industry. And then we have a workshop. So anybody want to come to our workshop in June or July? I'm going to charge you for it. If you want to come to it, say seek K&K. In other words, Kelly and Kristen. And that's all I have, guys, so thank you.
Inform, educate and entertain, and were you not entertained? Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you.
Alan is president of the AMA New York Capital.
Good morning, everyone. So, that was good. I like that.